So I always like to finish by summarizing, some of the key things that have happened during the week. And I figure that by now you've all had enough of hearing me. And I'm also prone to getting a little emotional at this point. So to preserve everybody's sanity, we're going to do things a little bit differently this year. I'm going to ask a small number of this year's content committee to come up on the stage, which I hope is now going to happen. There we go. And I'm going to try and not crash into the chairs. And I'm going to hand this mic over, and I'm going to ask each one of them to share just a thought that they have coming out of this week. Go.
Okay.
I'm going to move this.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. So my thought was a surprisingly IIW-like feel, and encapsulating both the signals the side of what we do, where apparently the word is decentralize everything, and now the decisioning side of everything we do, where apparently it is externalize everything. So this is going to be fun next year.
Well, I only have a moment here. Thanks, Andy. So I'm going to start off with, Andre terrified me on Tuesday with his session. I wondered what he was doing when he sat down and then his talk started. And to see what that truly was, frankly, is terrifying. So we have a lot of work to do in that space. And lastly, passkeys are inevitable.
I know that Eve's thought is fresh because she made it up about 90 seconds ago. I was sitting next to it. This year must have been the year of the wallet. I reckon that a wallet without an acceptance scheme is like a bucket of empty promises. And we'll hear more about networks next year.
So I'm going to talk about one session, which is our newcomer session. So this is the first time we did this session before, and we were hoping for 30 people. Not only did we have sitting room only, we had standing room only. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
My thought is that it's been amazing to see all the collaboration that's been happening, all the conversations in the hallways. Identiverse is, I think Pam used the term Aaron used the term collective tissue. Like, we need that collective tissue to solve some really, really challenging problems. And the conversations happening here are going to go a long way to bridging the gap that this year's conference actually highlighted, the gap between the folks who are trying to build standards and the technologies, and to a certain extent, the people who are actually trying to implement and deploy these. And they need to be talking more, and hopefully Identiverse can help facilitate that conversation going forward.
This week you heard many wondrous things. And some of us think it might just as well go ahead and change the industry as we know it. But a lot of them will turn out to be wishful thinking from some vendor that is trying to sell you something and will fizzle. And you know what's the difference between those two outcomes? It's what you will do once you go back home. Please don't just sit on what you heard here. Try it. Try it and keep what works, reject what doesn't work, prove the skeptics wrong, or join them, but do.
And thank you. And my one thought is safe travels home. See you next year.